And how are the small and medium enterprises navigating the current situation, and how can the sector be saved from coronavirus-induced collapse? I have with me in the studio the Executive Secretary, Nigerian Association of Small and Medium Enterprises, A.K. Ubiji. Good morning, Mr. Ubiji. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Ms.
Now, can you quantify the losses your sector may have incurred because of the pandemic, and how long it will take to actually bounce back?
To quantify the impact of this COVID-19 on the SMEs, especially in Nigeria, which is where we are, it's not so easy. The losses they've encountered is so huge, and they come in different ways. For example, there are some SMEs that cannot even go out to operate. They're already shut out because where their factories are located is far from where they live. And since there's no movement, if they have cars, they cannot even drive to that place. How do you want them to go? So automatically, such an enterprise is shut out. They can't do anything. I'm just giving you this example. And the SME sector consists of various sectors. You have those in the manufacturing sector, the service sector,
Absolutely.
ICT, and so on and so forth. So especially those of them in the manufacturing sector that have workers that live far from where their industries are located. And now the lockdown affects movement. How will they move? So the impact is huge. And with such impact, the revenue they are expected to generate is reduced drastically. Then you have further impact. The further impact is that if an enterprise cannot generate revenue, how are they going to pay salaries? How are they going to pay allowances? How are they going to cater for their staff? It's huge. You really need to sit down, analyze it critically, and find out the differences.
Now, what percentage of SMEs do you see, survive in this turbulence, as it were?
I don't want to talk in terms of percentages. I think you will try to look at it from sector perspective.
Okay.
What do I mean by that? A few seconds ago, I said there are sectors. People in the manufacturing sector, it will affect them seriously. You know what? Some of them even need raw materials from outside the country.
But they can't get it.
They can't get it. They can't get their raw materials. Some of them need to go outside and sell their products. They cannot go out. Isn't it? They can't go anywhere. So how do they operate? How would they operate? How would they survive? So that sector, the manufacturing sector, will be mostly hit. And then, except those, even if you are sourcing your raw materials from within the country. Let's assume you are based in Lagos. Your raw material comes from, say, the south, or the north. You need to move. How will you get it? So it's huge.
Now, we just finished having a conversation on job losses. I'm sure you saw that report by ILO on the number of job losses expected, globally. Now, how much of job losses are you expecting to see in your sector?
If you want to look at percentage of job losses from the MSME sector, it's going to be very huge. Because as I'm talking to you here now, I can give you a particular statistics. The next few hours is increasing. Those of them that have been working all this while, either due to shortage of raw materials, they cannot operate again. They close the door. So what are you going to do about that? So let me just be explicit. It's going to be very huge.
Now, what major takeaway or lesson would you say your members, have learned from this COVID-19 pandemic and future planning, for their businesses?
Thank you very much, Ms. That question is very, very good. Forward planning or future planning is key to any business. Now, to our members in Nigeria, they have to be very, very futuristic in everything they do. Not only in their productions, in their marketing, sourcing for raw materials. in case if you have an eventuality like this, because this is a shocker. By the time we come out of this, you see what the economy will look like. So we'll close permanently. They're not going to do anything again.
Now, but what's your role as, the coordinator, the association, what's your role in helping your members to navigate through these and plan better for the future?
Thank you very much. Currently what we are doing, we don't go to office. I use my Android phone to do a lot of things. There are a lot of opportunities that have come up, funding opportunities. With very good low interest rate. We try to expose them to it. Up to yesterday, I was working on one. To expose it to them so that, look, this is an opportunity you can take advantage of in the area of funding. The same yesterday, we are working with a consultant of the World Bank. They want people, SMEs, who can do certain things, should open up to them. We are doing that. Now, there's another opportunity again for people who can produce hand sanitizers, the face mask, and all whatnot. Is focus on SMEs. In the past, a lot of people were not thinking along that line.
Now, but when you look at globally, I mean, some organizations, let me use for example, automobile.
Yeah.
You realize that the situation changed a lot of things.
Absolutely.
People who produce cars now stopped producing cars and now
Switch over.
Exactly to
Sure.
produce face masks.
Sure.
So are your members considering looking at the opportunities, that would evolve?
This situation is presenting.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You are very, very correct. I'm telling you honestly, there are some I've been talking to. They say, hey, Ubiji, look, I'm switching over. I can produce hand sanitizer. The technology involved in that is not even so difficult. This, even the face mask, a lot of them are switching over to that. I don't know if you heard that. Even the Abia State governor is encouraging the SMEs in Aba to engage in production of face mask.
Now, we've had a number of palliatives, that the government have, come up with. So what kind of palliative will your members like to see in areas such as taxation, import duty, regulatories, and of course,
Thank
charges?
you very, very much. In fact, in the area of, say, taxes, this period, or even after it, we should have a certain period as tax-free. That's some of the palliatives we expect. Even VAT now, which is it 7% or 7%, should set it aside. Now, the issue of quality, our SMEs should be encouraged to produce quality products so that they can sell within and even outside after this thing would have elapsed. Do you get what I'm saying? There are so many opportunities, even exports. Those of them that are not even engaged in export, or those of them that were facing difficulties, the system should be liberalized so that they'll be able to take their products to the outside world and sell them. The opportunities, I mean, the palliatives are so many. So we should help and encourage them. Even the fees they pay for SON, for NAFDAC, in fact, for now, they should set them aside.
All right.
Business registration should even be made free for this period to encourage them. These are palliatives we expect.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ike UPG, for your time. Let's just hope everything gets all right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Yeah.
I've been speaking with Ike UPG, is the Executive Secretary, Nigeria Association of Small and Medium Enterprises. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up the market week with outlook for next week. Do stay with us.